Hey, what's your wow for the world? What does that mean? Like, how do you wow? What's your message? What's that one wow idea that you bring to the world that you feel calling in you, burning in you, or your expertise, or that transformation you cause, or that incredible expertise or wisdom that you have, or this product or service that you have witnessed the power of what that is in people's lives, in their businesses, whatever that might be. Maybe it's your story and you want to get it out there in the world in a bigger way. And you'd love it if it could be your lane, especially with where the world is headed. We have to think differently. Old models are collapsing, they don't work anymore. Maybe even what job or service you used to do is completely shifting at a rapid pace. And it comes down to there's no one like you, there's no one like your expertise that have built in through your lens, or perhaps what you even offer and how it comes through you. And you've got to know that you are out there with your stake in the ground and you are set up for success. Now, there's plenty of people who are already out there speaking, doing interviews, got their whole business, they got their whole marketing that they've been working so hard at. And maybe you've noticed things aren't working quite the same. Facebook ads are more costly than ever, trickier than ever to figure out. The algorithms are intentionally choking you off from reaching your own people and having to reconfigure and reconfigure, and you're running into all sorts of issues. And then you still have to keep feeding the machine just to be able to try to get your offer in front of people. You may not even be at that level, and you have this incredible idea for a book, or you have this incredible expertise, and it's overwhelming as you look at all the marketing that you and those pieces that you need to put together, and to understand what way best through you could be something that you would offer, and how you turn not just your message into the impact and influence and inspiration that you can bring, but to turn it into income, or to turn it into a business that sustains you, because it's an energy exchange, right? So how can you wow and be able to have it be something that acts like an engine on your behalf? So you can be out there sharing your message, sharing your product or service, witnessing the transformation, doing the great work you do, but you know you've got a solid foundation that is driving you forward, that is driving your visibility, that's driving engagement, that's helping lead folks to those next steps with you. So you're not having to work so hard. You're not having to do promotion after promotion after promotion, or figure it out if you're just entering into this space, right? So I have an incredible solution for you. And having been in this business for over 20 years, I come from entertainment and media, I transitioned into personal and professional development. Over 20 years ago, I got mentored by the best of the best, Mark Victor Hansen, who was co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, and Robert Allen, who's huge in real estate, still is. And they together worked with me, threw me on their stages to be that through line. They taught me about being what they called back then an infopreneur, and about marketing, and about messages, and about everything. And so I was the go-to gal back in that day, and then parlayed that into big corporate events, and in the digital marketing events, and in my own programs, and then helping others be able to launch or up level. In fact, had a business for over 6 or 7 years that we helped launch many a career. And my speaking program was kind of like that little secret sauce that helped work with billion-dollar CEOs and business leaders and famous thought leaders to those just starting out, and completely catapulted them to another level in the power of how they speak and how they connect. And their sales would go through the roof, their confidence would come forward, they felt like they could master any stage or camera, and it opened up worlds for them. So we're bringing all of that together with what we're doing with WOWUNOW. And what I'm so excited for those who've been kind of following the path of WOWUNOW, it has had its own evolution. WOWUNOW is that social network powered for driving change. Well, we have now coming in a whole new technology, including some patent pending technology that helps just drive your following, adds other lanes of monetization. It's amazing what's coming with the team that we have driving that. It's going to be all AI powered. It's incredible. But it is a filter of trusted, vetted resources or brands that are impact driven and of integrity, that have incredible solutions, but they want to do the work that they do best, and then let our platform and engine do the rest. And then we're creating this vortex and a community that is committed to bettering your own life, each other's life, and the world, and all the solutions in one place, so that we can be able to be together a collaborative force for driving change. So I share all that because this is what we're hanging our hat on, and that is WOW Talks. WOW Talks are like TED Talks, and TED Talks has the what's your one big idea, and TED Talks would thrust amazing people or resources or expertise onto the global stage, and then it's up to them where that might lead them for other bookings or for if they then created a business around it or whatever that might be. But TED itself didn't provide the content delivery and marketing systems or help with the strategy of what you do beyond the talk. They just represented this incredible cadre of amazing thinkers and innovators and inspirers and got it blasted out to the world. And what an impact they've made. Well, WOWUNOW gets to be all of that and provides the engine and the vortex and the home for where you can go and be able to access these solutions all in one place. And as a leader, if you're a leader yourself, to where you can have a place that as you do your talk, you now have an engine that will drive it into whatever next steps you can translate into all the marketing needs and things that you need, from a video series that's from giving into paid, from your podcast or your audio, and it can be extra monetized in how we have it set up on our system, or connected to where you have it, or your offers that you have, that there's creative ways that as people are experiencing your content, they can go and take those next steps. And so it gets to be this engine that is about how do we give, and those who want to take next steps, it's right there. But we have an incredible vortex of resources and inspiration and how-tos. And we want you, if this sounds like something you would like to be a part of, we want you, if you have an incredible message to share, if you have an incredible service or product that you put out there in the world and you want to now scale, you want to reach even more people, you want to have even greater monetization, you want to not have to work so hard in order to get folks into your world and taking those next steps. You don't want to have to try to figure out all the marketing as you're now maybe emerging into a next step, right? So I am so thrilled with WOW Talks because we are giving people a vehicle at far less, at a fraction of the cost of what people would pay back in the day when you would want to maybe create a speaker reel and then you go somewhere to speak somewhere and have it shot on a camera and get that footage back, and then you got to create it into a reel, and then you got to create it into how you're going to market it, and then you got to package it, and you got to do all these things, and you have to have that in order to get booked and paid speaking gigs at higher levels. You have to have that. And what we have is all in one place. The engine for the marketing, the engine for the content delivery, the engine now for even creating the content in a 6-camera shoot in Hollywood and being able to have it be promoted with and for you, and even putting you on Times Square and giving you content for you to put out in your own socials as well, and having that strategic support so that you can know how to best strategically plan what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, and where you want to lead them for your next steps. Does that sound like something you'd like to see? If so, I invite you to go check out. And even if you can't shoot at the time that we have a date, you can shoot at a later date, but you then nabbed it for this price. And you can have our team support and our strategy and all the promotion already right away put into motion or action, or when you're ready. But I want you to check that out if this speaks to you. If you're tired of trying to figure it out yourself, if you know it is so much to try to sort through, it is so costly, you're wasting time, you're spinning wheels, and you just want to get it done and start taking advantage and leveraging it, I invite you to check out WOWUTALKS.com. WOW, W-O-W, WOWUTALKS.com. And in there you'll see what you're going to get. The shoot, the 6-camera shoot in Hollywood, live audience, showcasing you a la TED Talks, okay? Then we know that it's not just enough to have the shoot. You want to make sure you're understanding how you're going to best leverage it, what's the most strategic, what would make the most sense of what you want to bring forward so you can make the most of this opportunity and also be set up to go from the talk to lead to next steps. So you get a one-on-one, deep dive, high-level strategy session that's customized to you. What do you need? You know, are you needing help with the messaging or the positioning, or maybe even what direction you'd want to go in? Once you have that clarity, you take off. And maybe you want help in your speaking delivery and your coaching. I am the ninja at helping you with that. And I'll be helping you on the spot when we go to shoot too. But in this session, you can have what's going to be best for you so you can craft the right strategic approach and drive your vision, and you are going to shine like you've never experienced yourself before. Because how often do you get to shoot something and know you've got your coach right there so that you bring out your best when you go to shoot it? Well, that's what you get here. Out of that talk that's produced, it will be handed to you within 3 days, already ready to go, produced. Then you got 10 pieces of high quality content out of that talk for you to use in your social media and your marketing, and that we'll be using as well, showcasing you, because we're going to be promoting you, along with you being able to have that for whatever needs you need, all right? And you on Times Square, what? We're very lucky we have an awesome connection that we're able to offer this. And so we can get 15 seconds of you on the Jumbotron, and think of it not just who might see it while they're in New York when it flashes. This is a credibility piece. This is an exciting piece. Your name and lights, so to speak, in the middle of Times Square on the corner. You're on both sides on 47th and 7th. And then you can film yourself across the street from it. This is actually a shot literally as it was playing, and across the, way a catty corner across the street, because it's huge. And then, or you could be right underneath it and someone, go way up to see it, however it works for you, capture that footage and ongoingly use that to leverage as well. Enjoy the fun. And then this is the pièce de résistance. This is your engine. And it's so great because WOWUNOW is engineered to either be the gateway to all things you, or act as your content delivery and marketing engine, okay? Either way, it's a marketing engine to drive your visibility, drive conversion and engagement, and the next steps. And you get to leverage the monetization, extra lanes of revenue, which I'll share with you. But right here, it's like a one-stop shop of you. It's a brochure site of you with the about section, different banners of you that you can have. Our team will even do the graphics for you if you need. If you don't already have it, we'll do that branding for you. It comes with being on here. And then your about section, that video that we'll either shoot, or you might have one that's already like a trailer of you, whatever links you want to send them to, maybe connecting you to book a call, and whatever promotions or deals, and then whatever offers you have that either can point outwards where you have it stored for that offer, or you can process right there through us. Don't even have to worry about setting up processing. You can do it right there, one click through us, up to you. It even has a location, geolocator, geofencing. So if you are location based, you're able to point people to it and be able to be found that way. And we even have a reviews section on all the different ways you work. So it's basically a full site that gets to be driving the awareness of you and driving people to see what they want to do next with you beyond the talk. This gets to give you a complete system, not just a talk and then now I've got to go leverage it and figure it out. You've got that talk, you've got that system, and maybe you already have all your systems set up, but this gets to all the more support and amplify it. And you get to use this for everything you see here, all right? It gets to drive all facets of what you need. That's going to take you deep inside what to expect once you come here, all right? So there you go. And then as you come here, you can see all that's available to you, okay? And all that you're gonna get. All right, so you've got all this, all that comes for you. And then Marcy Shimoff, love her, and working with her. And so we worked together. We were able to nail down her message, how she'd come across, shift her thinking around it, We got her all set up, and her very first interview was the Today Show, and it went on to be a huge success, translated into 33 languages, and it's contributed significantly to her becoming one of the best-selling female nonfiction authors of all time. All right? Sold more than 10 million copies. And you can see some of the other ones here. So if this speaks to you, take the action, get it locked in now. Even if you decide you want to do it later, we'll follow your flow. You can book a paid talk. Just one paid talk pays for itself. And that's just the beginning. And this sets you up for success. The confidence you feel, the motivation you feel, the clarity opens up doors, what you start magnetizing, the other interviews that'll come to you in media. You want to book this and you want to get on this now. So check it out. And I just had to share this with you. And I hope we have the wonderful joy of getting to work together. And it is our time. The time is now, because the world needs what you have more than ever. And I don't even have to go out of my way to explain it. I think we understand we're at a very pivotal, crucial time in life. And so whatever you are called to do, you need to step up. And you need to do whatever it takes to get it out there, to be that. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. So how do you wow the world? What's your wow for the world? Let us be your engine.